Hello there. If you have landed on this page here, it's because maybe, your vibe has attracted you here. It's not because of the algorithm, because I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing as far as technology is concerned. My main focus in my life for a very, very long time has been healing myself and wandering through the train of life, trying to pick up the pieces of everything that has fallen behind. Who would have known that there was so much within me that needed to be looked at? When's it going to end? I used to ask myself, when is this going to end? But I got used to understanding that had nothing to do with the outside. It had nothing to do with the energies coming down or what was happening on the political front of the world and in other countries. Everything that was happening had to do with me and what I was carrying on the inside of me. The pain, the misunderstandings, the worn out beliefs, the trauma. It was all within me. There was a point where I turned the mirror around and I realized that my perspective, how I saw the world, wasn't the only perspective out there. And I was limiting myself, limiting my life, and preaching to the people below me what life was all about when I was carrying all of this baggage, the strongholds from the past, and glorifying myself as if I knew what was going on. Through my journey, I've peeled layers and layers of myself. It was like 1,000 deaths constantly, But after each dark night of the soul, the recovery kicked in. And I stepped to a higher level of understanding. All the information wasn't always there all the time. So it took me a while to get my bearings where I landed consistently. So it wasn't about me telling the world or telling my friends or telling my children what was going on. It was about me really clearing myself out so I could have a clear view without the information that was coming down, going through my system and hitting all my blocks, my misunderstandings, my deep, deep sorrow that I carried with me in life, of undone situations, issues in my life that were not completed, and I was bleeding. I was bleeding all over the place. Once I realized that there was more to look at within myself, I stood back. And as I stood back and really got into looking at myself and looking at my life, more and more people fell out of my life. Until I looked and I turned around and there was literally nobody left. That was very difficult. That was difficult. Nobody left, maybe because, they just wanted to move away from me, or I recognized within myself that the people around me were not respecting me, not treating me correctly. So I had to look at myself with that. Why aren't they treating me correctly? Was I not treating myself correctly? Was I not honoring myself? How could I expect people around me to see the truth in me when I didn't even know my own truth? There's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot of healing we all have to do. But every time you shed a layer of misunderstanding, trauma, outdated belief systems, unhealed aspects of yourself, you feel a little bit lighter. And that gives you the courage to go on. Because life is a journey. It's the journey of life that we embrace. We are so magical in so many ways, but we hold ourselves back. And when we get the green light to move on, to move ahead, and to take the life we have and live it, and really live it. When you are so absorbed in other things, you are jumping here and jumping there, and you're interested in this and interested in that. Now you have to ask yourself, am I avoiding myself? Don't do that. I've seen a lot of people at the end of their life realize they've avoided themselves their whole life. And that chokes me up a little bit because it's sad. It's really, really sad. It's time now, and the world is kind of the big universe is got this big mirror, and it's pointing at you now. Not of other people, what they've done to you, or how they've made your life miserable. It has nothing to do with them, because they're just entering your life to, touch a sore spot. And when you get those sore spots touched, it's horrible. You get angry. You may lose people. People may drift away from you. But it isn't because of them. They've come into your life to show you something about yourself. This is a healing journey. It's a healing journey. This is what I understand life to be right now, is to understand multiple perspectives, understand where people are coming from. But first of all, you have to understand where you're coming from and what you're holding within you, within your being. Okay? You have an amazing world within you. It's time to tap in and see what's happening in there. You won't be sorry. A lot of rocks on the path. You learn to kick them off. You learn to get a strong core, And no matter what comes your way, you will be clear enough inside yourself to see it the way you should see it. Okay? You'll be clear. Welcome to the journey. This is, I've got a little bit of my father in me here. I hurt my finger, and I just put a little tape around it. Namaste. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you again.